actually might be useful. Okay. Exotic weapons provider. Okay. Nothing here. Arcane Weaver. Skinned leather coat. Whenever the wearer lands a hit on the enemy first time in a round, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or be partially skinned. Those who fail the save become staggered and take 2 points of constitution drain. Damn. Okay. That might be good. No, I'm not using Sozio. Probably my least favorite companion so far. Extra key pool is worth it. All right, Shrock, I got a question. So, I have Amulet of Agile Fist on him. Whenever you have the weapon finesse feat, it applies your dex modifier to unarmed and natural weapon. So, with this key arrows, Zen Archer always deals his unarmed damage with arrows from his bows. So does that mean like all these monk necklaces would benefit him even though he's an archer? That's what I think it means, but I'm not sure. When you make an attack, it will show you. Oh yeah, and when you examine the full roll, you're about to fight the gargoyle boss. That was tough. That was a tough one.
Beautiful.
You know what? I've noticed a certain cynical pattern in my life ever since I met you. They're cyclical. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger. Then I start to think it's not so bad. Curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attack my home and the city surrounding it. Around it. It was unpleasant enough already, but I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then my dearest cousin threw me right in the middle of a crusade, and just when I started to see some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnapped me. The slaughter in Dresden following my triumphant rescue effectively put out every spark of optimism that I had managed to gather. Now the city's in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. Feels surprisingly good. I'm even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings a very reasonable question to my mind. What's the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? I have a couple more perilous trials and insurmountable challenges in store just for you. Does this include the ordeal known as the Trial of the Cold Oatmeal? If not, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And if you think I've just shown you my weak spot, then you're wrong. It was a deliberate misinformation. It's so weird sometimes. Nothing new with her.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay. So, go back to up to the Citadel, because we've done everything else there is to do so. Bar in Dresden. Sure we spoke to everyone. Yep. All right. Manage crusade affairs. Now that you have captured Dresden, new options for the crusade have become available to you. You can now construct buildings and forts in Dresden, issue decrees, and capture and investigate new regions. Both mercenary and trainable units will appear at the commander's headquarters in Dresden. Demon armies will try to take Dresden from you, destroy them, or else, after 7 days of siege, Dresden will be completely blockaded by enemy forces and you will no longer be able to command the crusade. To access the crusade management window, click the button at the top right corner of the screen on the global map. Okay. Material points are used for constructing building construction. Energy points are used for the recruitment of mythic units. Okay. While exploring Sakorian lands, a group of scouts stumbled upon a hidden settlement of exiles. Runaway witches and sorcerers practiced forbidden rituals. Criminals in their homeland that did not welcome the commander's soldiers made it clear they did not want anyone meddling in their affairs. Establish trade. No matter how sinister rituals the witches perform, they're not enemies of the Crusaders. You can trade with them. Demons have been stealing children in Canabras and possessing their bodies so they can get close enough to Crusaders to deliver a dagger strike. The officers are asking how they should proceed when encountering the possessed. Hunt the kidnappers. Lan is willing to select a number of fighters who will track down and slay the kidnappers. Should they succeed, the nation will applaud them. The Mendevian clerics will offer a solemn prayer for their protectors. Wow. Okay. Only have one of your decrees issued for each of the crusade stats at any given time. Each decree has cost and a completion time. Some decrees can only be issued once. Others have a repeat time, which is displayed in the decree description window. Sure. Keeper's Canyon. $10,000 finance points. Okay. Nothing is built yet. Wow. Okay. like we're finally done in Dresden. Started building some fortifications. Let's leave Dresden.
Here we go.
Only took us 3 hours to finish that. Okay, let's look at our armies. Paladins, champions. There we go. Hey. Wait. Road going out each way. All right. Rift Drakes. Damn. Looks like we recovered everyone. Sorry, just needed to eat something. Yep. Unfortunately, we do have a chin. What's up, Abu? No, it was part of our charity drive we did for the past week. And we're on core. We dropped it. We bumped it up for a little bit, but we're running into too many instances where we were like spending hours on fights, so we just dropped it back down. But I haven't really encountered any real bugs. Or I should say any worrisome bugs. Yeah, way too many bad crits. I haven't encountered that one. Oh, we need to turn off that timer. There we go. There we go. Got him. All right, finish him off. There we go. Into a number of regions. Capture region must free all the forts located in that region. Okay. Swindlers have started a rumor that the commander is a saint, and gullible soldiers are now buying their charms that allegedly contain his hair, cut nails, and other holy relics. Leave them be. Rumors are lies, but they bring people hope and help them get through these tough times. Once a traitor, always a traitor. A lawbreaker is a criminal for life. Thus said the commander in the fight for the lost chapel, and he ordered military tribunals to be organized within the army. Now that Dresden is free, the commander's advisors finally have the opportunity to carry out this order. Okay. Got a cam rotation mod, Kingmaker. Further scroll cam. What's the cam rotation? Oh, so you can rotate the camera. Never mind. Leveled up. I don't know why they didn't do it. The world may never know.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Need to resurrect him.
Yes! Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
That'll do for now.
Let's have some fun.
Okay then.
Stagioni Savitur.
Retreat is not an option.
I got this. Bam!
Ancient Sarkorian ghosts.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
All right. Damn it. Oops. Okay. But that doesn't seem matter at all.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Efna.
Smagritium Turinos.
Kneel before me. Damn you!
You won't survive me.
No glory without risk!
Good hits.
This one is mine. Are you still here?
Endure this!
Am I doing it wrong?
Stashani Sabitur.
I hate ghosts.
two, go.
Patrizio puro. Passionista Vitur!
Make every strike count.
The light take you! Two, go.
Patrizio puro.
Good guys always win.
Passionista Vitur!
Shit. That was not good.
You require my counsel? Wise.
Magritium Turinos.
All right.
There's
Buff
no
up.
hope. Only the gods have abandoned me. What was I saying just now? Wanna play together?
How long did it take you to grow the beard? I mean, I've had a beard for like the last 4 years. I mean, I've trimmed it various lengths in the past, but it's going to take a while to grow back. My hair grows slowly. But yeah, I liked it too. But it was for the kids.
I welcome your company.
Aporane Sendes. Ona Adayana. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi.
Decide already.
I will help where I can. Ona Adayana.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Yeah, if we reached our goal, our $1,000 goal, I agreed to shave the beard, and we reached it yesterday.
We will win this war.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Did I mess up again? Go.
I got this.
Magritium Turinos.
Front row.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Retreat is not an option.
It was a pit spell. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Rift of Ruin. Ouch.
You won't survive me. Kneel before me.
Yikes. Valheim's updating soon.
Believe it brews.
I assume it's going to be the Hearth and Home update. Jesus.
This is glorious.
Okay, bud. Okay. Over on Freaks, they're saying. Who's Freak? I don't know who that is. I mean, soon could be next week, or it could be 2 months from now. Oh, Ghost Freak. Okay. I gotcha. Let's come down here. Next week. Yeah, I remember them saying that it was going to be Q3 that they released the Hearth and Home update, so looks like they're holding true to that.
Retreat is not an option.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Why is that unavailable?
got this.
Kneel before me.
The light take you!
Magritium Turino.
Out of my sight!
Damn you!
Okay. The question is, do we just wait for that pit to just go away before engaging them? Because I think we're out of range out.
Dashani Savitur.
Except for that.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Dashani Savitur.
Can't be missing like that.
Magritium Turino.
Am I doing it wrong?
Dashani Savitur.
Yep, it'll be there for a bit, but I can't go in there, so I'm gonna have to wait it out or just blink them from range, which is gonna take forever. He's floating, so he wouldn't be affected by that.
Dashani Savitur.
to level 16. That would be cool.
Na Ormar.
I don't know if he's immune to confusion. That's classified as compulsion, so yeah.
Staccioni Savitur!
Fuck. So much for that idea.
You won't survive me.
We may have to come back to this fight.
Patrizio Turino!
Na Ormar.
Don't have a choice.
Are you still here?
Gotta risk. Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Am I doing it wrong?
This one's
Staccioni Savitur!
He got sucked. They got sucked.
Na Ormar.
Amromna Gracior!
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Endure this!
Patrizio Turino!
Na Ormar.
And we got sucked. Now you move out of it, you dickhead.
Make every strike count.
Patrizio Turino! Staccioni Savitur!
not my time yet. This was unexpected.
Jesus.
I was a fool.
Okay.
Our
Okay.
tactics.
We're not going here yet. Ah.
Decide already.
That guy proved to be too much for us. Wait, what? Networks.
Sela, my dear, won't you tell me again how sinful and morally bankrupt my lifestyle is, and how I must see the error of my ways? Your lectures always send me straight to sleep.
Yeah, right. Today, your path to repentance is silent prayer and self reflection.
Dreams have puzzled the minds of mortals since ancient times. Strangely, the most obvious explanation of the mystery of dreams has appeared quite recently. The most obvious, but obviously wrong one, is that dreams are but the delirium of a tired mind as it digests the day's events. Ancient humans were much smarter when they thought dreams were messages of good patrons or the opposite. The interventions of demonic powers. In this case, both hypotheses are correct, illogical as that may be. The commander is asleep. In his anxious dreams, he sees blood-stained stones, smoking torches, rusty chains, and bars. Once again, he's in the dungeons of Dresden, chained in a cell. Huge demons lumber around, clawing at the filthy walls with a horrifying sound. Death in their fanged jaws seems imminent. The more painful still is the expectation of tortures that never come. Unable to move, barely conscious, in a horrible semi-delirium, Commander. Hit it, Roscoe. Silently waits for whatever will happen next. The silence is broken only by the sound of rough claws against rusty bars. Weighs on the mind like a boulder. The fever of endless expectation is broken by a whisper, a gentle breath of fresh air, in the stifling darkness. The ruby eyes of a demoness peered at the commander through the bars. She is similar to the other creatures of the abyss, but also entirely dissimilar. Remember me? I'm Aru Shile. You gave me the gift of freedom. Now I will set you free. The chains holding the commander's body crumble to dust. The dark visitor takes a step forward toward him, passing through the bars as easily as if they were made of paper, and holds out her hand. Fly with me. In response, the commander can only mumble. Let's fly. The succubus bursts out laughing. The dungeon disappears. Now the demoness and the commander are flying over a moonlit plain. Enemies are hunting you. Demons that have somehow acquired unusual powers that are unprecedented among common demons. You are also hunting them. You are trying to figure out who is sending them and where the source of their power lies. I will show you where to find the answer. A finger with a manicured claw points down to a cliff top, where stands an ancient fortress, slowly crumbling to dust. A bell without a tongue, an insane crone. Make it speak once more, and she won't be able to keep her silence either. She will give you all the answers. Bell without a tongue. Insane crone. Wake up and try to understand what happened in the dream. The images fade away. The commander opens his eyes and whispers a word. Unknown alien, brought by the passing dream. Green Gates, the name of the fortress. If the demoness is to be believed, what a curious notion. There is a deranged crone hiding there who knows where the demons with those unheard of abilities are coming from. It will be intriguing to learn who the crone is and what she knows, and whether this dream is but a trick to lure the commander into another trap. But we can't find out without visiting the place from the dream. Okay. Apparently, Nevia wants to speak to us. Commander, we've got some information that might be of personal interest to you. It's up to you what to do with it. Personal interest? What do you mean? I mean, we're not talking about a military or political matter here, but rather the matter of heart. Follow me. Soldiers have been gathering in the graveyard to play cards. We usually turn a blind eye to such things. Though it's against regulations, we let them enjoy themselves as long as they don't cause too much trouble, and that's usually the case. But recently, my people have noticed social among them, and the gambling seems to have having an unhealthy effect on them. As you know, I usually keep my nose out of other people's private affairs, while these spies and cultists, I have too much on my plate as it is. But I know you're close to them, so maybe you should do something about it. This isn't an official report, just a tip-off from a friend. Thank you. Let the man gamble. My name is Captain Silkind. I command the vanguard of a mercenary group called the Blackstone Company. We've come from Andorian to assist you. I want to know about your unit. For the Blackstone Company is proud to be recognized as one of the finest Andorian mercenary regiments. Not a bunch of unscrupulous cell swords looking to oppress the innocent and serve the tyrants of the world. No, we're adventurers eager to get involved in a dangerous enterprise and leave it with pockets full of gold and a clear conscience. Which is why we held a vote among our units. We're glad to accept Queen Galfrey's invitation to join the crusade, though some of our commanders did voice their displeasure with the sum she offered. But like I said, we Andorans are free people who cannot be pushed around and who cannot be bought. Only convinced. Why'd you join up? Queen Galfrey paid for our services. Please do not think we're fighting for gold alone. We are true sons and daughters of the Andoran. So the ideals of equality and resisting enslavement ring true in our hearts. We'll be glad to stand in the way of demons who seek to force mortal kind into bondage. The bulk of our company made camp in Nerosia. The vanguard, consisting of our finest soldiers, if I may add, was put under your command. Want to know more about you? I don't even know what to say. I'm a soldier, bit of an explorer, and just an all-round honest man. Get on with your duties. Yes, sir. Glad to be under your command. It will be an honor to serve with you, Commander. You're not serving with me, you're serving under me. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need to talk, I'll be happy to lend an ear. Good day, your commandership. It is we, the artistic board of the Next Door Theater. We're still working on our piece about your heroism. We've even taken on a few new crew members. We now have a master of stage equipment and scenery. It's my granddaughter, Tina. Tina, say hello to his commandership. We are faced with another dilemma. We simply can't decide on a climatic moment for the act that's all about the Battle of Dresden. Here, you listen to the opinions. Option 1. The commander, so that's you, launches himself out of a catapult and smashes down on the fortress wall, allowing the armies to rush inside. Option 2. The commander, so that's you again, masquerades as a succubus and creeps into Dresden in disguise and opens the gates for the Crusaders. Option 3. Commander, so that's you again, rides to attack on an enormous mountain goat, or should we call it a battering ram, and it breaks down the city gates. Like the version where I launched myself out of a catapult. Wonderful. It's high time we injected some thrills into our show. Okay. Catapult was my favorite from the very start. Hope it's not considered too lowbrow a device for a serious dramatic offering. Smashing. Now, can I just remind you that the role of the commander is being played by Lily, who is deathly afraid of heights to the point of hysterics? Who could convince her to climb into a catapult basket? Calm yourself, Tina. It's just a minor snag. You can achieve success without a few difficulties along the way. We'll think of something. We'll see. I'm pleased to see you alive and mostly unharmed. Never seen this mortal before, but his voice. There can be no doubt this voice belongs to Sokoth Banoth. As you can see, I wanted to get to know my new friend better, so I paid a visit to your abode. Your guest lowers his voice and gives you a playful wink. This is my favorite shape to wear when walking among mortals. Cute, isn't it? The Demon Lord speaks to you, adding coquettish undertones to his voice. I have to admit, your place is rather charming, although the lack of a pleasure palace does sour the mood a little bit. And your servants, they're such gentle and helpful people. Stood in attention and reported to me with an unbelievable ardor. Upon further reflection, that might have happened because I took on your appearance. Let's not fret over minor details. While I was out walking, I heard several complaints addressed to me. And this, by me, I mean, of course, you. Complaint is basically an invocation, so let's just agree they're officially prayers to me. No, they were not. The essence of these appeals is as follows. Your officers have grown sick of fighting. To be more precise, they're sick of fighting and not doing anything else. I can certainly understand their frustrations. Even soldiers have a right to a personal life, after all. I suggest you allow them to pair their duties with something more exciting, or at least profitable. Have you decided to switch careers and become my advisor? How extravagant. A demon lord advising the commander of the crusade. A most wonderful jest, but no. I will not serve at your headquarters or make sure all the soldiers have enough rule. That's too much work. I'm simply going to keep an eye on you and occasionally dispense valuable advice. Why should I care what they do in their leisure time? Care? Ooh, what a nasty word. What I'm trying to say is that you can benefit from their boredom. Like make them do some crafts in their spare time and then pocket the money. I'm sure they'll enjoy the process as much as you are going to enjoy the results. Or teach them some kind of game so they can develop their talents. Okay, money making. Wonderful. Horse rider, for example, can deliver letters. Combat alchemist can drink mixes in a tavern. And even a simple pikeman can, well, pikeman can fish for pike, I guess. A magnificent solution. I'll be back once I think of something else for your soldiers to do. Commander, it is an honor to call this first meeting of the Military Council to order. I'm Captain Odan, and I've been serving under your command ever since the assault on the Great Garrison. I will do my best to be as much use to you as possible in this role. The foundation of the military is cold calculation and discipline. These are the principles I will seek to impart to the Crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy. For our enemies, for our troops, for ourselves. Well, Commander, your sister Sela is no renowned general, but she spent half her life tussling with evil. Looks like I'll be stepping up on behalf of all of Iobade's faithful here. Hope my advice will prove useful. The first issue on the Military Council's agenda is the reorganization of the troops. Our infantry has been bled dry. Her forces Her Majesty granted us were enough to take Dresden, but we need more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the army was assembled in great haste after the assault on Canabras and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for redeployment. Our scouts report a powerful Baylor, Korem Zadah, is already preparing a retaliatory strike on Dresden. We can rely on freshly conscripted Mendevian soldiers. We may not have the skill, but our strength, as always, lies in the number and the fervor of the volunteers joining the Crusades. We can't throw everyone into the meat grinder. Just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to select the best among the recruits, or even better, hold a contest. The bravest and the most capable will join the Crusaders. The death count is always highest in the infantry. Its purpose is to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to ensure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemy. What does the Military Council do? The Military Council determines the strategy for our troops, enacts army reforms, approves new equipment standards, and makes decisions on all issues regarding military action on the front lines. Who is this Baylor, Korem Zadah? The most trusted servant of the demon lord Descari. Among the historians of the Mendevian Crusades, he's known as the strategist of the Whirlwood. He's not as renowned as Monago, the conqueror of Dresden, or Hepzibah, the daughter of Baphomet, but he has claimed the most major victories over the forces of Mendev. He's a general and quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. He may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's a fallacy, like a beast following a scent. He senses weakness in his enemies' defenses and strikes at them, sending soldiers to bring targeted carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him, so he's never short on troops and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. Korem Zadah is the face of the demon host. For many years, I've been gathering research on him, preparing for the day our armies would clash with his once more. But my counsel will help you defeat him. But so far, Zada is known no defeats. Sela, have you ever commanded an army before? Not on a scale like this, of course not. But I've fought evil and I know its tricks. Besides, war makes people callous. And it's always useful to have a paladin advisor around you to remind you at crucial moment what we're actually fighting for, right? Regil, why do you wish to sit on the military council? I have command experience, and I intend to impart to the Crusaders at least a modicum of the discipline and rigidity of the Hell Knights. The quality of the Mendevian staff currently available to you relieves much to be desired. That much is certain. Who are you, Captain Rodan? I've served on the front lines of the Mendevian army for over 25 years, and in that time I've gained a wealth of combat experience. I'm considered one of the foremost experts on tactics and strategy in Queen Galfrey's officer corps. I've spent my whole life studying the craft of warfare, and I'm familiar with the thoughts of all prominent military leaders of the last 5 centuries. Furthermore, I wholeheartedly believe in the traditions of Mendev's military art, and I will gladly share my knowledge with you, Commander. No more questions. Want to hear your opinions? Do we really only need the bravest and most capable for infantry? Can't send untrained rookies to a slaughter. We have the right to command only those who are ready for battle, those who can defeat the enemy. We must find out who has the skill and the guts. Contests are perfect for that, and a little excitement for our warriors couldn't hurt either. We won't get that many winners, but their strength will come from their prowess, not their numbers. Your proposal would leave us with an infantry full of selfish risk-takers dreaming of glory and valor. That is bad material for a soldier. The infantry's role is to be a shield for the archers and mages. All they're required to do is follow orders and hold the line. Unto victory or death, ambitious loners cherry-picked through the contest of skill are not fit to perform this duty. Why do you insist on shield bearers? The infantry is a meat shield intended to catch the blade of the opposing enemy in its flesh. The shield must be reliable. That is all that's required of it. That's why I would like to see a well-armored shield bearers as our foot soldiers. We must have the option of pitting ranks of footmen against the tide of rampaging demons, knowing with certainty that they will not scatter or die until they have completed their task. Captain Odin, you just want to gather up some recruits from Mendev? Yes. Institute a draft and try to amass as many new soldiers from Mendev and other lands as we can. We've always drawn our strength from our zeal and our determination to oppose evil. If we start holding contests or selections, we'll turn a holy crusade into a job for the chosen few and scare away future volunteers. If we try to change our tried and true tactics, we'll lose valuable time, and our army is in need of fresh blood right now. Valid argument. Shield bearers. I will monitor the recruiters' work and the preparation of all necessary equipment. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished and the ranks of our infantry are replenished, I will assemble the military council to discuss new decisions. Armatan. Before you, an aged yet fit and sturdy Gurundi stands at attention. His dark skin has an earthy tone to it. Crystals sparkle forth from where his hair and eyebrows should be, clearly identifying him as an Oread. Captain Harmatan, chair of your staff council, by order of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, here to deliver a report. I'm on this council too. We'll be racking our brains on how to improve troop morale. I reckon the key is to back up our words with actions. Lead your soldiers by example, and they'll be eager to follow. Drawing on my experience as a para-elector, my advice is to maintain calculated moderation in every regard, be it an incentive or penalty, and to be decisive. We have no need for doubts or turmoil. I'm doomed to be your advisor, but do you know what that means? That means you're doomed to listen to my advice. To start things off, here's an incredible, novel, and deep thought for you. Loyalty, passion, and morale. All of these can easily be bought with money. Commander, permission to report. We've encountered a problem. Although we're still getting volunteers, we're now seeing the cases of desertion. I can stutter. Many who joined the Dresden campaign believe that their duty has been fulfilled with victory. They are not keen on staying in the garrison. Those from Canabras who wish to return home and rebuild their ruined city. Lastly, there are those who are afraid of lingering in a place where demons might show up with a retaliatory expedition at any moment. My suggestion is to improve the living conditions for the privates, raise their pay, give them extra rations, and reward those who have distinguished themselves on the battlefield. With commendations and gifts, soldiers won't want to leave the armies that appreciate them. I feel for those folk, but we have to convince them to stay. I think we might get some help from the servant of the gods. They'll tell the soldiers that the danger has not yet passed and inspire them to keep up the fight against evil. As long as the wound is open, the whole world is in danger. We can't just go home and live like we used to, no matter how badly we want that to happen. Most of the Crusaders are volunteers. They have no right to subvert military discipline. That kind of attitude is tantamount to treason, regardless of who expresses it. We have to identify the instigators, arrest them, and administer harsh punishment to make an example of them. This problem is quite simply solved with coin, but handing out money to privates has practically thrown it away. We need to pay the officers handsomely, and then they'll figure out how to raise their subordinates' morale. What's the staff council do? In short, we make sure that whenever orders are given, they're executed properly. Our job is to keep the soldiers' morale high, so they'll always follow their officers' commands without question. As for the officers themselves, we look out for any unseemly or incompetent types who subvert troops' trust. When you're up against demons, you bring a paladin. It's a rule that's tried and very much true. Rego. Yeah, because that's a firmness that your officers may be lacking. Darren? I'm just waiting for it to end. Biggest secret straight away, free money. Gold has the most miraculous power there is. What did the Queen assign you? Been in the Osirian infantry for over 100 years, fighting for 3 pharaohs. Damn. Okay. Call for priests and paladins to get it through to the volunteers that it's still early for celebration. Servants of the gods are indeed the masters of sweet-talking others into dying free of charge. Although, all through pretty words, when the choice comes down to inspired preaching or homemade pies, 9 of every 10 will look for comfort in their home and at their table. Their incentive needs to be more substantial than wasted breath. Regil. There is no place in the army for the mindset of plain soldier today than going home tomorrow. These dangerous ideas must be suppressed with the utmost harshness. We'll identify the most vocal rabble-rousers and exact punishment on them as an example to others. They may be volunteers, but they join the ranks of the Crusaders. We can't abet in their rejection of their responsibilities, or they'll be headed towards complete chaos and therefore defeat. Aaron? The forces are in good spirits. It's just that the euphoria of victory has gone to a few heads. No one can sober them up quicker than the officers, especially those of lower rank. We'll give our deaf oafs, all those sergeants and corporals, a bonus on the sly, and then promise to sweeten the deal once they convince the volunteers to stay. Perhaps they'll do so over a beer mug, or maybe with a broken nose. Why bother solving problems yourself when you can push them off on someone you pay? I like that idea. Your bought loyalty will run out even sooner than your gold. Once soldiers turn into profiteers instead of following orders, they'll start appraising them. They'll wonder whether or not it's worth their while to obey their general. I hardly need to explain the effects this will have on discipline. Armor 10. Volunteers believe that we've almost won. Great. Let's not ruin this petty illusion. Instead, we'll turn it to our advantage. We'll increase rations and pay for the privates, rewarding the most distinguished accommodations and gifts. Who would abandon the victors? They provide you with good food and even better coin. It's naive to expect the troops won't understand that we would just be trying to appease them. An army cannot stand if it's held together by handouts and desperate promises. Shouldn't lie to our soldiers. We build up flimsy illusions now, the demons will shatter them later. Those fighting alongside us must recognize the seriousness of the situation instead of celebrating victory when the war has just begun. We'll start with Regil. Affirmative. I already have my eye on the most spirited ones. I'll apprehend them immediately. Thank you, Commander. Should any difficulties arise that require your attention, I'll deliver the report promptly. Yeah. Not enough resources. Whether the fallen knight Malander Lenz was a tragic hero or a sinful traitor, he certainly was a powerful wizard, and part of his magical force is still enclosed in this emblem. By placing it on an item, masters can set this magic free and use it for good or for evil. Alright, we'll make a belt out of it. Diplomatic Council. So we need to go speak to Sozi. He's gambling now. Oh. Lady Konomi, a sharp-looking kitsune, gives you a quick business-like bow. Commander, the matters before us are urgent, so let's not stand on ceremony. Lady Konomi, the official attaché of Neurosia. Here are my credentials. Her Majesty has instructed me to lead your headquarters diplomatic council. Honestly, I was surprised when Lady Konomi asked me to join this council, but I will do my best to fill the shoes of a trained diplomat. Yeah, strange. I got invited to this council too. I'm sure foreign ambassadors will be thrilled to see my face and my manners. Lady Konomi, you haven't mistaken me for some other Crusader Lan, have you? I, like many nobles, have been trained in diplomacy, and in fact I hold the title of Royal Emissary. It is passed down the Erende line. I must say that prior to this day, I employed my diplomatic skills solely to undermine Mendev's international reputation. It's time to break that habit. I imagine preventing international scandals will be just as interesting as causing them. Who knows? I might even enjoy it. What is the council? Solve matters of politics. Okay. I'm not an overseer. I'm your loyal advisor. I don't intend to meddle in the way you run things. Just consult with you in cases where price of error is too high. Put your trust in me, and we'll get along swimming. After all, none of us here want to see Cheliax and Druma at each other's throats, trying to settle their dispute, using their influence on us as political leverage. Am I wrong? And I doubt you would like it if we made enemies in the ranks of the Neurosian nobility who would attempt to undermine your war effort. This won't happen, so as long as you trust my experience. Royal Council. May not be politicians, but they are perceptive, advocate peace, and favor balanced solutions. I'm flattered by the respect that the worshippers of my goddess receive in Lady Konomi's homeland. I won't let you down, and I'll make every effort to prevent our friends from becoming our enemies. Why did you want Darren? Because of his influence. He's a Mendevian aristocrat. The nobility will be inclined to listen to his opinion, and by ensuring the support of the nobles, we'll find ourselves powerful allies. Oh, believe me, Lady Konomi, I will exert all my effort and influence to make this council's job exciting. Why did you want land? The diplomats call this little trick Mysterious Gurendi Prince. During negotiations, it's always useful to have on your side a representative of some obscure but potentially populous and powerful nation. Without knowing what they're up against and how many mongrels there are, our diplomatic partners will have to contend with this dark horse. So Mr. Land will be our mongrel prince. We're negotiating with foreign ambassadors and I make the sign. Lady Konomi crosses her fingers in an intricate gesture. You immediately start talking about how offensive their proposition is to the mongrel people. Do we have a deal, Mr. Land? I suspected the word diplomat was synonymous with fraud, but I thought you would be deceiving me, not deceiving others with my help. No, that's not an option. I can represent the mongrels in negotiation, but I'm not going to lie through my teeth. Who are you? Okay. Always been curious to a fault. And my adventures brought me to Avestan, and here in your lands, I met my first and true love, politics. I serve as a diplomat in the courts of 6 different sovereigns. But working for Her Majesty turned to be the most interesting of all. Such riveting webs of intrigues and interests are spun around the crusade and the world wound. Hate to say it, Commander, but not everyone in Nerosian is pleased with your progress. Some believe that, to use their words, you are out of control and fancy yourself an independent leader. It wouldn't surprise me if you encountered supply disruptions in the near future. I would suggest quelling their anger. Show the capital you haven't forgotten about the chain of command. For example, you could hold a parade in honor of Her Majesty. We need to demonstrate that we're keeping Nerosian in mind. Why don't we invite the capital's high priest to Dresden for a religious festival? It'll be appropriate, and the church's support will shield us from accusations of schemers. Pander to the naysayers? I think not. I propose we hold a parade in your honor, Drast. This is your victory, and if Cousin Galfrey wants to show off in front of the soldiers, she's welcome to capture something of her own. Are they out of their mind? We've got a whole Dresden full of soldiers who need medicine, food, and weapons. Until everyone has been taken care of, we can't waste a single coin on pointless celebrations. What did I do to incur Nerosian's discontent? You were too good. You reclaimed Canabras, you won the Battle of Dresden, you're a menace to the world wound. Your authority grows, and the influence of the Queen's confidants diminishes. This creates the impression that there's only enough space for you at the top. Members of the Royal Council are afraid that you'll muscle them out of the political arena altogether. After all, if you're doing so well, maybe Her Majesty doesn't need them that much. Therefore, they might try to discredit you, impede your war effort, reduce the scale of your victories. Make some concessions, and they'll see that you're open to negotiations. Your opinions? How does the High Priest help us? Without a doubt, we should remain loyal to the Queen and respect the hierarchy. That doesn't mean we have to kowtow to the Royal Council whenever they ask. I think we should neither do their bidding nor seek to quarrel with them. Rather, we should try to take the middle path. High Priest of Nerosian is a powerful figure, as she's not a schemer or a politician. By inviting him to the festival, we'll show that we're not cutting ties with Nerosian and let them know that we're influential friends. We have influential friends and are not about to buckle under Royal Council. What's the point of taunting the capital? There's a fine line between taunting and setting boundaries, between showing respect and putting on a collar. Mind you, I'm not suggesting anything treasonous or disrespectful. A parade in honor of the true hero of Dresden and Canabras. What could be more natural than that? Besides, a healthy amount of disobedience guarantees that people won't pester you with lectures and nonsense as often. A dozen tutors responsible for my upbringing can attest to that. Invoking the capital would be unwise. We're trying to avoid unpleasant consequences, not expedite them. I'm sure that was merely an extravagant jest on the Count's part. Do you think ignoring the capital's worries is a good idea? What are they going to do about it? We're the ones protecting them from the demons, not the other way around. Having loyalties from the capital is great. There are more important things, like having the loyalty of your own soldiers. When the demons come, what will they do? Shake our fists and say we've got powerful friends in Nerosian? While that's true, who needs to stay friends with those who supply you with provisions, recruits, and weapons? And there's currently no reason to fear that base jealousy and envy at the sight of your glory might get the better of their common sense, because that has never happened before. He does make sense to an extent, but it's also quite naive. What good will a parade in Her Majesty's honor? It'll be symbolic and affordable. Show them how much respect and how much you respect and value Her Majesty. Make a curtsy to those who pay for your arrows, swords, and bread. The Royal Council has power. You wouldn't want to turn those patrons into adversaries and test those whose influence is greater, yours or theirs. Please them, and they'll stop worrying about your loyalty. You'll be able to focus on your war. So let me get this straight. Hiding behind our backs and buying their safety from the demon invasion with bread and other people's lives is a new form of charity? Are you sure we shouldn't go to them, drop to our knees, and thank them for allowing us to die in this war? Religious feast. We'll take the middle ground with Sozio. A moment, Commander. I understand that you're used to being the highest authority in all matters, but political decisions are an exception. I am a professional in this field, and you are not. By ignoring my recommendations, you are not only deliberately seeking conflict with the capital, but disregarding common sense as well. I urge you to reconsider. You've invited my companions to the diplomatic council, and now you refuse to listen to their opinions? I'm simply suggesting you give your companions time to find their feet in the council and to grasp the principles of being a diplomat. Also, if they weren't on the council, your decisions could be mistaken for the decrees of a tyrant. And that is definitely not the public image you need. Ah, now I understand the role that I've been given, Lady Kenomi. I'm supposed to stand in a pretty doublet and keep my mouth shut. I can promise you the former, but not the latter. You think you have the right to talk back to me? I do hope you'll forgive me in this little revolt. I'm merely doing my job by trying to satisfy my superiors from the capital, who are incidentally your superiors as well. This is core difficulty, Cafe. Yeah. Very well. I'm glad you have listened to my proposal. Making friends in the Royal Council will go a long way. It better. It's good that we got off on the right foot, Commander. There'll be plenty more issues requiring your decision soon. But I do not doubt we will handle them just as expediently. Okay. Are we finally done with the decrees and audiences? I need to go kill something. Oh yeah. Yeah, we have to go talk to Sozio about his new gambling problem.
Beautiful.
All right, where is Sozio? Here. Deal me 2 more. I'll double down. Deal me another 1. What? Another one? Are you bluffing, you little shit? Wait until we lay down our cards and you'll see if I'm bluffing. You only immediately recognize Soziel's voice. In battle, he's quiet and composed, but now you can hear furious, passionate excitement in his words. Fine, you scumbag, I call. Deal me another as well. Stay silent. Damn, I'm out. Go on, show us what you got. Read 'em and weep. Soziel reveals his cards with a gloating laugh. Nothing but junk, I knew it. You holier-than-thou types can't bluff. I was, and you fell for it. With this, Soziel slams a card on each of the soldiers' shoulders like epaulets, and places the rest of the cards on top of his opponent's heads. Now you've done it, you. The soldier grabs Soziel by the collar, and the cleric immediately raises his fist as if he expected. At this point, one of the other players spots you in the shadows. Hey, there's someone over there. You've been caught. Jigs up, let's battle. What are you doing here? We did nothing wrong. Well, tempers flared a bit. That usually doesn't happen, I swear it. Do you think this is an appropriate place for a cleric to be spending his time? Where? Amidst the soldiers resting between battles? Where I can monitor how they're coping with everything they've seen and done? Yes, I think it's a very appropriate place for a cleric. Everyone needs some Gwent to ease the nerves. Indeed. Another round of Gwent. I was worried you got yourself into trouble. Thank you, I'm touched, really. But I'm perfectly fine. I was just making sure no one else got into trouble. I know you would never lie to me, so I think you must be lying to yourself. You didn't come here to minister to the soldiers. Why else would I come here then? To win a copper or two? You said it yourself. The soldiers come here to unwind. Don't you need that too? Me? You're right. I'm sorry. My behavior was unworthy of a cleric of Shaylin. I've been lying to myself, engaging in vices, and passing off my selfishness as concern for my brothers in arms. It is unforgivable. Don't be foolish. Immortal like the rest of us, not some all-powerful deity of mercy. Need time to relax like the rest of us. Just please be honest with yourself. Thank you. It's all jumbled up in my mind. This war and the horrors it holds. Our soldiers and what they tell me in their confessions. My own responsibilities. Lines from Holy Scripture. In the midst of all this, it's easy to forget. I have my own needs and desires. Thank you for reminding me. I will not come here again. Please don't forbid these games. Things here are mostly civil, I swear, aside from the rare heated argument. But you know what? That excitement when you have almost no chance of winning. The risk is high, even though the stakes aren't life or death, and a handful of coppers. Just a handful of coppers. I'll miss that. Would you mind if I drop by your quarters sometime with a pack of cards? Sure. I like playing cards. I make sure to do that. And thank you for helping me gather my thoughts. Good night. Yeah, stream is kind of quiet today, but some days are quiet, some days are bustling. Just the nature of the beast. Sometimes people just lurk and watch while they do other things. Should have romanced him? Nah. Honestly, he's my least favorite companion out of everyone, so definitely not interested. The sound is low? You mean game volume or my mic? How's that? Any better? Or do we need to go further? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Now, I play with my audio frequently, so I can even bump this up a little bit. I recently did adjust in-game audio, so. Not going to bump it up too much, though. Let's see if we can kill something. Jesus. Yeah, I love getting a double attack on your archers. Beautiful. Yep, clerics are taking a beating, but we're getting there. We might move our clerics up here. Damn. She hasn't appeared yet. She appeared in a dream, though. She appeared in a dream, so. I mean, I would dream about some hot demon cheeks too. It wasn't that kind of dream. She freed us from a dungeon and took us flying. Come on, finish it off. There we go. All right, minimal losses. And they were replaced in the infirmary. Found a dagger, the edge of force. Okay. Probably end up selling that. Marksman. Oh, those are spearmen. Oh, okay. They look like archers. Well, these have mail on. Okay. My bad. All right, take out their archers first. Beautiful. All right, the mounted units there are not that strong. There we go. Well done. Not that alive either. Yeah. Just turn them to mush. Bracers of heavy hand. Okay. You can't wear those. All right. Why is it funny he's a gnome? No idea how to get to this cave. I only assume we get access to it later. I don't know. Either that or I missed something in the dungeon. Well, why can't gnomes be fierce warriors? Blueberry dogs. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Now that they can't be fierce, I don't expect... I'm just fucking with you. I don't expect someone who's 1 meter tall to be in the front lines. That's someone on the road. What is this? Tie him up? It's the Crusaders. Crusaders are here. The Crescent of the Abyss must be informed. The Crescent of the Abyss. My cursor's gone transparent again. The little icon circle. Have to restart the game to fix that. Damn, son.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.